Think about the last time you went to a new dentist. You walked in already a little nervous, didn't know exactly where to go, and they handed you a clipboard with a crappy ballpoint pen and pointed to a chair, told you to fill out 5 pages of paperwork in a crowded waiting room. That is friction. It tells customers you care more about your administrative process than their experience. And it kills customer loyalty before the transaction even starts. Hey, and welcome back to Stop Leaving Money on the Table. I'm your host, Brandyn Miller, and this is the podcast designed to help business owners find the fastest way to increase revenue. Welcome back to Stop Leaving Money on the Table. Got good news and bad news today. First, the bad news. You're still losing money. You're still leaving money on the table. But if you were here last week and you took action, you're losing a little bit less. Hopefully, you've already started claiming some of those sales that are sitting right in front of you. Last week, we took a deep dive into the entire customer follow-up formula, all 10 post-transaction touch points that keep you connected to customers. Don't worry, if you missed that episode when we're done here today, go back and get the full overview. We broke down why almost every business on the planet completely ignores the fastest way to increase revenue. It's your current and previous customers. We know when you follow up with customers, sales go up. Today, we're going to dive into step 1 of the customer follow-up formula, your order and purchase confirmation. It's that brief window after they've made a decision, but before the transaction is complete. We're going to cover why customer loyalty actually starts before the cash register rings, and how you can transform a simple order confirmation into a massive brand building moment. But I do have a little bit more bad news. You are cursed. It's okay though. We all are. Everyone suffers from a dangerous blind spot. It's the curse of knowledge. You process orders, you book appointments, you deliver services, you do what you do every single day, and you're really good at it. But your customer, this may be their very first time through the door. They may only do this once a year, couple of times a year, if you go back to the dentist example, or maybe just a couple of times in a lifetime. This is why have those blind spots. We know what we know. It's all very natural to assume that your customer knows what you know as well. But because you're used to the transaction, you miss the invisible friction points. The moment a customer decides to buy to you, whether it's clicking added cart online or booking an appointment or service or in person walking up to a host stand, they are vulnerable. They don't know what's happening. They're experiencing a microdose of buyer's remorse before they even pay. If you wait until the receipt is emailed or handed to them to start building a relationship, you've already missed the first opportunity to start building customer loyalty. How does this play out online? Well, from massive brands to small e-commerce pages, almost every company does the same thing. When a customer clicks add to cart, what happens next? Well, the little number in the shopping basket or the picture of the cart at the top right corner has a little number in it, and that's it. It's a missed opportunity. It's the exact second that the time to reaffirm their decision happens. You can remind them you're about to solve their problem. You're about to add value to their life so that they are going to live better. Instead of just showing a cart icon, what if the screen said, "Great choice"? You're one step closer to eliminating insert pain point here. The same applies in person. If you're in a restaurant, if there's a wait, don't just hand them a buzzer or take their cell phone number and say, "We'll text you." Suggest what they can do while they're waiting. If you're in a shopping center, suggest a boutique next door. If you've got something that they can do, reassure them that once we send the text, we won't give your table away. You'll have plenty of time. Giving them the confidence to go do something and then showcasing that you care about their experience, whether it's with you or while they're waiting for you. As they order, continue to affirm their decisions. Look them in the eye and say, "This is going to be the greatest cheeseburger you've ever had." Or every person who orders the shrimp scampi is blown away. You're actively reminding them that they're making a great decision, and the problem they walked in with, whether it's being hungry, whether it's wanting a great night out, whether it's trying to impress somebody, it doesn't matter what their problem is, you are helping them solve it, and you're reaffirming that they made a great decision. take just an aside here. If you operate a restaurant and you're not collecting customer data, start right now. There are a gazillion ways to collect customer information, whether it's phone or email. And there's probably 2 gazillion ways to stay connected with those diners who've come in once. But if you don't collect it, you'll never know if they'll be back. Realize, did I say 2 gazillion ways to stay connected? I meant 10. There are 10 ways to stay connected. That's why the customer follow-up formula is 10 ways. I wrote it. You'd think I remember that. Just kidding. The customer follow-up formula does have 10 categories, but they're categories. They're not step. Every single one of those categories probably has infinite number of ways to execute them. But enough with that, my digression. We're going to get back to step 1. So, affirming the customer's decision. This is the very first part of the 3-part of the transaction that we're going to walk through the customer with in the customer follow-up formula. So how do we do that? We're going to affirm the customer's decision. And it's not just for retail or restaurants. It's even more critical when you're talking about service-based businesses, and especially home services or trades or somebody that's coming into their space. So yeah, let's go back to the dentist. Almost nobody loves going to the dentist. I'm going to be the king of asides today because I used to look forward to going to the dentist. I used to actually love going to the dentist. For almost 2 decades, I had the world's best dentist, and I never realized how lucky I was until he decided to retire. So Dr. Futrell, you'll probably never listen to this, but just in case, I hope you're enjoying retirement and thank you for being such an awesome dentist. Now, I am just like everyone else. My dentist appointment is something on the calendar that I wish I could put off, but I know I have to go. But what if more dentists made it painless from the start? Remember the example, the clipboard, the crappy pen, the crowded waiting room, and just being anxious to get there in the first place. Instead, what if they actually, on your appointment confirmation, sent you all of the forms that you would need to complete electronically beforehand so that you knew exactly what to expect. And when you got there, they said, "Oh, nice to meet you. Welcome in." They could also remind you what your appointment is for. Is it a full exam? Is it just a teeth cleaning? Are you going to have to get x-rays or not? All of the different things that we don't know as customers, but they know because their chart's sitting right in there. If you go out of your way to help your customers eliminate the friction points before they ever get there, that's what building customer loyalty looks like before the transaction even happens. So you can even go further. Say, "Oh, you're going to have the best hygienist in the office. Julie's going to take great care of you. She's going to get you in and out for just a cleaning in under 45 minutes, or whatever the circumstances are." Help your customers eliminate that micro dose of buyer's remorse or confusion or anxiety or just general malaise or dread. If a dentist can do those simple steps, everyone in business can. So, what about trade services, people that are going into people's homes? There are so many bad reputation in the trades, and it's so easy to overcome those. Think about plumbing, HVAC, roofing companies. Don't just send an automated text confirming the date and time of the appointment. Everyone does that. Scratch that. Everyone should do at least that. I know that a lot of people miss that opportunity too. But if you have to use a time window, let customers know why it's really important. We want to make sure that every customer has their issue completely resolved before we leave the premises. That's why we schedule 3-hour windows, because we would never want to leave your project undone, just like we wouldn't want any other customer. Whatever it is, take the time to communicate with your customers. Send them a message. Let them know what the process is. Tell them who's coming. There's some great automated services now. I had one company that actually sent me not just a appointment reminder, but when the technician was on the way, they sent me a picture and what their estimated time of arrival is. So this can be automated. It can be pretty simple to do. If you do that, you are going to elevate your customer's experience and you're going to build customer loyalty. Remember, loyalty doesn't start when the cash register rings. There's this whole process prior to the transaction. It starts the moment they decide to trust you. And again, I mentioned the trades are going to go on another aside. If you're in a home service company, overcome that bad reputation and become the top 1% of your trade just by communicating with your customers. Let them know the process. If you can't show up on site because it's raining outside and you can't build decks in the rain, let them know, hey, was scheduled to be there at 9 o'clock this morning. It is raining out. We can't complete your project. We will be there tomorrow morning at 9 instead. If you just maintain the relationship and the communication, they will understand. It's when you leave that void, that's when they say, he stole my money, or they're never coming back, or this is why contractors get such a bad name, whatever it is. I actually learned this the hard way several years ago when I had appointments and clients for months that people would call saying they were lost. People would miss appointments, come in late. I really never took the time to listen to them. But once I did, I figured out that, we were in one of the older, most established parts of town, right off, within sight of one of the busiest roads. And I thought everyone knew where it was. Again, that's my curse of knowledge. It was my blind spot. And it was an internal facing courtyard setup. So all of the signs actually faced other buildings. There was no sign from the road. So people would go down the street, they would miss us. Finally, I had to say, this is a problem that I can actually solve for them before they show up or before they even leave for their appointment. So when they scheduled an appointment, we would send a text message. Again, this was a decade ago, so this wasn't an automated feature yet. But we would send them a text message and say, here's our address and directions to get to us. Now, that helped the problem a little bit, but it didn't eliminate it because I didn't get deep enough into their experience. So this was about the time that almost everybody was using GPS for all of their trips. So finally, I had to say, they're thinking that I'm just giving them the address and they already have that. So I had to change the message on that text message. I'd put, even with GPS, it's hard to find us. Here are directions. And that, while it didn't eliminate it, it reduced the late appointments and missed appointments severely. So looking for those friction points, being proactive on trying to elevate their opportunities. Listen and realize what your checkout process is. Do you have a waiting room? Do you have appointment confirmations? Do you have friction points in your current checkout process, in your current decision phase? Make this simple change. Fix the friction points, reward their decisions, affirm their decisions, let them know that you're going to help them solve their problem. So here's the good news. You don't have to guess how. That's one of the hardest parts of figuring any of this stuff out is, what do I do? If you're listening to this and you realize that your checkout process, your waiting room, your appointment confirmations, all of those are full of friction, well, you can fix it today. And here's more good news. You don't have to guess how to do it. I want you to go to customerfollowupformula.com. From there, you can get free tools. You can take a free audit, see what other areas you're missing. And specifically, you can grab a do-it-yourself kit. It's only $47 and it's built just like a Mad Lib style fill in the blank workbook. It covers the exact templates and friction smoothing process for your order and purchase confirmation. So the very first opportunity that you have to help elevate customer loyalty is before the transaction happens. You can get all of those resources at customerfollowupformula.com. Create a smooth, frictionless checkout. It's the fastest way to increase revenue. As we're rounding third, we're going to go ahead and recap. So first, recognize you do this every day, but your customers don't. Whether it's once a week, once a month, a couple of times a year, or once every several years. Eliminate friction points. So that's the second part. Identify those unseen friction points, like the clipboard or like the online cart. Eliminate them. Take the opportunity to remind customers that they're making a great choice, that you're helping them solve their problems. If you want them to come back, remember, customer loyalty doesn't start when the cash register rings. It starts the moment they decide to trust you. Build trust before they give you money. We are just getting started. This is just step one in the transaction process. Over the rest of the season, we're going to cover all 10 items from the customer follow-up formula. You can go grab that audit. You can grab free resources. Or if you want to get started today, you can grab that $47 do-it-yourself workbook, all over at customerfollowupformula.com. If you need help, I am here to help you. I can walk you through it. We can do the full install for you. But for today, your homework is look at your friction points. Dedicate 15 minutes and map your incoming customer journey. Where is the friction? Fix one thing today in your order confirmation process and leave a comment and share your insights with others. Don't forget, hit subscribe and tune in next Friday. So we're going to tackle step 2, your receipt. I'll show you why most businesses treat this as a boring accounting document, but how you can turn it into your second opportunity to build lasting customer loyalty and increase revenue. So I'm Brandon. Stop leaving money on the table, smooth out your friction points, and I'll see you next week.